Namaste, everybody. Good morning. Good to see you here. Last weekend I was not here. I'm Swami Vinayakananda ji was here, and I heard that the session was very nice. So we are very lucky to have two great Swamis back to back, and it's a great privilege and honor to host Swamiji here, Swami Vinayakananda ji, and privilege would be an understatement. He is an extraordinary monk, and I'm associated with the Ramakrishna order for almost 32 years. I've known the order, several monks, and he's one of the monks. I would say he's way up there. So I'm going to read an introduction about him so that I don't miss any details, and then I'll request Swamiji to come and give a talk. And what Swamiji has a tight schedule, so what we have decided that he's going to speak for maybe 30-40 minutes, and then we'll have a question-answer session, and then we'll try to cut it off at like 12 or 12:05, and then maybe and we'll go out, for potluck, and then we can talk over the lunch, and so that we don't spend much time, and then he can leave by 1:30. Revered Swami Vinayakananda ji Maharaj began his spiritual journey by joining Sri Ramakrishna Mutt, Basavangudi, Bangalore in 1977, and received his Mantra Diksha and Brahmacharya Diksha from Revered Swami Vireshwarananda ji Maharaj, the 10th President of Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission. In 1987, he was initiated into the Holy Order of Sannyasa by Revered Swami Gambhirananda ji Maharaj, the 11th President of Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission. After his joining the order, for next 14 years, he patterned his life along the supreme ideals of renunciation and service. At the end of this period, he was inspired to practice intense tapasya, austerities, in order to achieve the supreme goal of human life, God realization, as told by Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Deva. Taking due permission and blessings from the senior monks of the order, he entered into solitude in dense Churna forest of the Satpura range in Madhya Pradesh, situated on banks of river Narmada. He got settled in a place of complete isolation at a distance of 50 miles radial from any human inhabitation. Survival on natural available fruits, roots, and a bag of beaten rice, which would be delivered to him once in every 2 or 3 months by a generous forest officer. Having spent many years in such a manner, he took to a life of wandering monk, traveling to the Himalayas and finally coming to Udupi in 2001, that is in Karnataka, as a part of his sojourn, which is in South India. Seeing the purity of life and a noble desire to love and serve all beings manifested in his person, a group of devotees decided to renounce and lead their life along the twin ideals of self, salvation, and service to the world under his guidance. So he started a center over there, and there are several devotees who follow, and I think we have 2 senior devotees over here accompanying him. This led to a genesis of a current ashrama. He stands aloof as an uninvolved, silent inspirer, radiating pure spirituality, correcting us when we err, and nourishing our spiritual infancy. For last 8 days, Swamiji has been here, and I've been meeting him on and off 2-3 times, and I'm so much inspired. And it just covers in plain English, but I'm telling you the feelings behind it is that he's a realized soul. The time he spent in the forest, later on it was declared as a tiger reserve. So there were so many wild animals over there, and he was staying alone. And only a very, very elevated soul can stay there completely fearless and practice spirituality. So he's someone, and then after he was actually experiencing, he was telling us how the experiences were, and then how he realized that the ultimate aim. And then once he realized that, he left that place and he started wandering to do service. And he was inspired from within. So I'll request Swamiji now to come over, take a seat, and share your thoughts. And we have about 17 or 18 people online also. So I hope everybody will enjoy your company. Thank you.
Sit, Swati. Accustomed to sitting. Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha Yathagnirdahika shakti Ramakrishne stita hiya Sarva Vidya Swarupam Tam Sharadam Pranamamya Namah Shri Atirajaya Vivekananda Surai Satchit Sukhasvarupaya Swami Tapaharini. Namaste to you all. So nice to meet you all. And this is a grand occasion to be with the devotees of God. The essential aspect of human life is to live in the spiritual awareness, constant spiritual awareness. We all know Vivekananda. We come to Sri Ramakrishna usually through Vivekananda. And Vivekananda was the one who built up a beautiful system in the world for the first time after the Vedic periods and Puranic periods in which Krishna, Rama, and all were supposed to have been there, where universal harmony, peace, mutual love, a world of peace, love, and harmony was sought. For the first time in the world, where total acceptance of all religions in whatever aspect a human has tried and attained God or has been able to transcend the nature and go beyond into the realm transcendental was found, attained, that was accepted. And all religions were accepted as real and true, genuine path to God. This is the essence of the Hinduism, because Hinduism includes all that is there in any form, in any religion, in any way in the universe. Whether it is duality, I am different from God, I am part of God, qualified non-duality, or qualified unification, or Advaita, Dvaita, Advaita, Vishishta Advaita, in whatever way God has been. And Vivekananda is not an old prehistoric being. We are reading about the remote past, just a century before he was here. And it is like we are hearing about our great grandfathers. We are here about Vivekananda. And important part that he gave to us is Vedanta. And here Vedanta doesn't mean the pure Advaitic Vedanta where they become a recluse and enter some place where there is no human beings, enter into solitude. No, it is where you'll be amidst people in the world, intensely working, and there you find that Advaita. And the four aspects of Advaita, Vedanta, Sri Vivekananda gave us was, first is to see the divine everywhere. Try to see divine in all beings everywhere and within yourself. This is the ultimate reality when we enter into the highest level of consciousness of infinity. That is the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, what we say, and come down to the normal plane of awareness of waking state. It is called Vyuthana. When we sleep, we are totally dissociated from our bodily existence in this world. When we wake up, we are coming from the lowest consciousness to the normal consciousness. We go to zero, expand, and again come to zero, and come to this level of consciousness. Consciousness, can we expand it further? We are conscious now. Our consciousness is withdrawn when we sleep to zero, and we wake up again to this consciousness. Can we go beyond, expand? Now, because of the modern science and technology, Earth has become so small. We are conscious of the whole global presence and all things happening in the universe, as if, at least on the earth, what is happening global level, we are aware. Our consciousness has expanded to that level of understanding. Can it go beyond? Can it expand to the cosmic level? Can it transcend and go beyond? And when you come down, what will be your state? Will you again identify with your body again as myself? Like we leave the body totally, we enter into a dimension unrelated to body when we are asleep. And when we wake up again, identify with the same body. Is it like that? When you enter into Samadhi Sthiti, higher levels of consciousness, and when you come back, do you again identify with this body? No, never. You'll be sitting in a car individually, but seeing yourself pervading everything. You'll see yourself in all. One consciousness pervading with which you identify. Even from the Savikalpa Samadhi, where there is name and form, if you come down, you no more identify with the physical body. You'll be exactly sitting in a car. So much, as much you are clear that these clothes that I wear, I am not myself, so much clear you'll be, this body is not myself. This is the difference between sleep and samadhi. You start seeing divine in all beings, all living beings, just with spiritual awakening. Just with spiritually awakened, first makes you understand you are not this body. When you come from this is the lowest, first spiritual experience you get in your life, entering into Vijnanamaya Kosha. Deha, that is Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, crossing the barrier of mind, you enter inside. You'll get first vision of the consciousness, Chaitanya. And from that day, your identity with the body, physical body breaks. Identity with the mind and other things will remain, subtle body. and all, but will become witness of the dream state also. The manhood and womanhood associated with the physical body also dissolves. You are divine. You start divine in everyone. So this was what Swamiji wanted everyone to be at least intellectually accept, intellectually understand, and try to see the divine, which you are going to actually realize when you enter into higher levels of consciousness. This is the first aspect of Vedanta that we have to practice apart from the studies, Dripdrishya Viveka, and all the so many books we study, where everything is a theory. And Swamiji wanted, Vivekananda wanted, Sri Ramakrishna wanted, not to intellectually be convinced alone. It is necessary, because without intellectual evolution, spiritual evolution will not begin. To that extent, it is necessary, but practice simultaneously, trying to see the divine everywhere in all beings. This is the practical aspect of Vedanta. The second thing is to work and sacrifice yourself. Sacrifice. What are you going to give to this world? You have come to this world. God has given you, or the nature has provided you all that you need in your life. And what are you going to give to this world? What is the legacy you are going to leave behind and go? So sacrifice. This forms the part of the action. In action, there is karma yoga. Swamiji wanted the karma yoga to be done with the Advaita Jnana, Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva, which when he heard from the Master's voice, Sri Ramakrishna's voice, oh, showing compassion, you are such a little being, a worm like on this earth. What compassion can you show? You appear and disappear. World is going to continue forever. And where are you holding on to? What are you holding on to? Where from that ego came that you are going to show compassion? Serve. Seeing God in man. Seeing God in man. To whom you are serving is. This is the second aspect of Vedanta Vivekananda gave us. First one is to remain in the jnana. Jnana. Trying to see the divine everywhere, being anchored in the divine, being yourself divine, and trying to see divine is one aspect. And to serve is the second aspect. The third is remain in unbroken divine awareness as if salt has dissolved in water. You are within blood. Your awareness is independent of mind. When we go from external most sheath of the body to innermost, first comes the bodily existence, then the energy, that is pranic existence, then senses, behind the senses is mind, behind the mind is intellect, and these all belong to nature. Last is intellect, buddhi. Buddhi is the last layer of the nature. And all this you leave at night when you sleep and enter into your own self every day. Every day nature makes you separate from all this gross, subtle, and causal body and become yourself and expand in the universal consciousness. Individual consciousness expands in the universal consciousness every day night. This is what, and this is the last layer of my existence, is buddhi, intellect. Between the intellect and your spiritual, this is your bodily existence. Between the bodily existence and your spiritual existence, there is a region called awareness, A capital, not the normal awareness of ours, because we don't have a word for what we use in Sanskrit as prajna, buddhi, prajna. Prajna is no man's land between the spirit and the matter. Material, my intellect onwards, till the body, everything is matter. Mind is also matter. So material world, bodily existence, spiritual existence. I am spirit. I have a body. I cover. I pass through the three levels of consciousness, waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. Beyond that is my existence. So this existence of mind, the spiritual existence and this bodily existence, there is a region which doesn't pertain to nature nor to spirit. This is called prajna, awareness. Can you fill your awareness with the divine? Fill your awareness with the divine. That you are as if you are dissolved in the divine and intensely working in the world activities. So this is a third thing Swamiji gave us, to be one with the divine. Divine is the divine and spirit. The manifested aspect we call divine, and unmanifested we call spirit. That's all. Chaitanya and Daivatva. When it is manifested, we call divine. In unmanifested, we call spirit. So be divine, dissolved in the divine, anchored in the divine, work in the world for the welfare of all. This is the third aspect Swamiji gives. One more aspect of Vedanta Vivekananda gives us is love. Love, love. This love is not a part of creation. It is my own existence flowing out. Love is flow, manifestation of Atman. It is transcendental aspect of my existence flowing through my heart to the world. This love. Love others means you are flowing as if you are a huge mountain of ice and you are flowing out as a river, both imperishable. The flow is also imperishable. The mountain behind you or the ocean behind you is also imperishable, which is not going to exhaust any time. It is flowing. Love is flow of your own real existence, the Atman. Time and love are not parts of creation. Time appears with the universe, dissolves with the universe. The love is flow. This love, when it is focused on any person in the world, whether it is my child or wife or husband or parents, anywhere you focus, it immediately shuts its door and love starts dripping. And when it starts dripping, little by little love comes out. And that love, when I try to love any object, all the layers of my existence wanted their share. I want to love someone, body wants its share. Mind wants its share. Senses want their share. And the love doesn't. Love turns out to be enjoyment. Swamiji never wanted it. When the love becomes universal, love all beings without any difference. No difference. Everybody is my own. Everybody is divine. An ignorant and a scholar. Any race, any religion, any profession, man, woman, or of any age, whatever differences are there, it will dissolve in spirituality and divinity. All differences dissolve in spirituality and divinity. To be divine and love everyone without seeing any difference between the two, we call it universal love. Swamiji wanted this. Express this universal love. Don't limit yourself. You see that the vent expands to infinity. And you are the ocean of love within. You are the ocean of bliss within. Swamiji used to say, Vivekananda used to say, how we descend. Advaitic Vedanta knowledge. This knowledge is attained through sadhana, scriptures and all that taking, and it gives you knowledge, and from knowledge appears being one with God at all times. Knowledge makes you attain oneness with the divine at all times. Whether in any state, whether you are in waking, dreaming, or deep sleep, you are one with the divine, and you experience it in every stage of life, every state of life. From there, we get the love. Being united, knowledge, yoga. From yoga, you get the love, universal love, and from love, you get the bliss, ananda. When the doors are open, dams are broken, and it is flooding, love is flooding towards everyone, like a saint, it is flowing out, then the real bliss, the transcendental bliss, you are the ocean of bliss. You are the ocean of love. You are the ocean of peace, absolute. You are there within. You start experiencing this bliss, peace, love, absolute within yourself when these doors are open to love everyone, and where all differences that are seen in nature dissolve. These are the core things Swamiji gave us, Vivekananda gave us, to practice and be aware at all times. How long will we live in this earth? We come and disappear. Why differences? Why should we entertain any kind of difference, whether it is religious or racial or linguistic or national way? We are all divine. One divinity is manifesting as many. Nature is varieties. So when varieties are there, welcome. It is like a garden with varieties of flowers, varieties of colors, varieties of smell, fragrance. We are all like that. The whole universe, if you see, whole world, if you see, it's a beautiful thing to see the varieties. Even in religion, Vivekananda and Ramakrishna wanted all religions to survive and flourish. Each one is seeing God in a particular aspect. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, why should I limit myself to one thing? I want to enjoy God in various ways. In whatever way people have seen, experienced, and enjoyed, I will experience that also. So here comes the total acceptance of world as it is, and loving and sacrifice. This is what we need to slowly cultivate in our life. And there are various paths to God. We have mainly a few channels linking the relative existence, our existence, with the transcendental aspect. One is intellect, buddhi. I use the intellect belongs to nature. It is a vehicle given by nature to go to the transcendental. Intellect is such a thing. I can find the resources of the nature and powers of nature and utilize them for my comfortable living in this universe. I can live happily if I use that intellect. Where there is jnana, there is no problem, there is no confusion. Where you have knowledge, wisdom rather. Where wisdom is there, there is no problem. We lack that wisdom. So this is one thing that we have to slowly cultivate, develop ourselves. This knowledge with which we can live. This intellect can make our life comfortable here and take us beyond the nature. But to cross over the nature, inside is so many things, kama, krodha, lobha and all that. The greed, lust, anger, wrath, so many things are there. Ego, all this we have to transcend, go beyond, get rid of it. External nature is there. I am subjected to aging. We see the day the child is born, the countdown has begun of his life. We don't live 100 years, we die 100 years. Like a candle burning. Candle is burning, but every moment is dying. We see it alive. We call it live candle. Like that, we are alive, but we are dying every moment. You don't live 100 years, we die 100 years. So countdown has begun on the date of birth. And so short is life. How to transcend the nature, that is external nature. I am identifying with the body. The moment I identify with body, I have birth, death. I identify with the spirit, no birth, death. So can I realize, actually experience myself with the spirit, independent of body? Nature separates me from body every day. The moment I sleep, I am separate from body. I enter dream state and dream, I identify with the dream body and experience the joys and sorrows of dream world. From there I enter into deep sleep. I don't know I exist or not. Who am I in this body? Can you realize the turning inward, diving within and reaching the source? You know the Atma Jnana, the self-knowledge. I am not this body. When you know yourself independent of body, it doesn't matter. Its purpose is over. You'll enter into life eternal. And this is what the intellect has, the power to make my life comfortable here and transcend and go beyond also. This is the part of intellect. And we have to utilize that. God has given this beautiful human body. In no time it's going to disappear. But life continues after the death also. The eternity of soul is always accepted by all religions of the world. Eternity of the soul. We may not be aware of the transmigratory soul and rebirth. And we will not know it till we enter into the transcendental realm. As long as we are in the universe as body, there is one birth and one cycle of creation. When we transcend and go beyond, we see the cyclic movement again and again. All right. So we try to devote our life, dedicate our life for our own realizations. transcending the nature and going beyond. And also, we will strive to serve this world with love and sacrifice. Every moment of our life must be going either for God or for the world, nothing for ourselves anymore. Having come to the spiritual world, the time is short. We need all, many have to sacrifice to build up this world, this society again. One world of love, peace, and harmony. All right. Any questions you have, specific?
I have one question, Maharaj.
Yes.
When Ramakrishna touched Vivekananda, everything was dissolved, and the same thing happened to other people on the Kalpataru Day. Everything is dissolved. So, are they in the samadhi state at that time? What is your experience? That is one thing. The other one is Brahmakaya Vritti. That is what you get in the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Maybe you could explain it.
Will the time be sufficient? Yes. Sri Ramakrishna, when he touched, he uttered, "May you be awakened. May you be awakened." Tomar Chaitanya Hope in Bengali. Oh, Tomar Chaitanya. May you be spiritually awakened. We are physically awake and spiritually sleeping lives after lives. Spiritual awakening, what it would be? You are experiencing the spiritual existence, spirit. We are aware of this material world by identifying with the body in waking state. We have never gone beyond the mind to the realm transcendental. We expand up to the waking state and shrink back to the deep sleep. This is all our range, waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. We do not know what is beyond. Even in the physical level, we can perceive only very little of the universe. The senses are limited. I can hear particular decibels alone, not supersonic and infrasonic. I cannot hear, I cannot perceive. Eyes can see a particular range. It cannot go beyond the ultraviolet and infrared. This is all the range. Mind has range. Buddhi has range. We are in the realm of time and space-bound universe, the relative existence. And according to scientists now, presently, what is the size of our universe? It is 3 trillion light years. Light travels at the speed of 186,000 miles in 1 second. At that speed, it travels for 1 year. It's called 1 light year. And 3 trillion light years is supposed to be our universe. What is beyond? There is no time and space. There is timeless, spaceless existence. The absolute existence. This is relative existence. Our maximum understanding, whatever within the time and space we can understand. What is beyond time and space we cannot understand. Just now into the science, the multiple universes concept is coming. There must be ranges. Certain universes exist beyond. That understanding is coming. In what do they exist? We have, of course, in Hinduism, Ananta Koti Brahmanda, infinite universes floating in the absolute existence, Brahman. Can we get the understanding of them? First time you go beyond the time and space bound relative existence. which is bodily existence, is a part of that. You enter the realm of spirit. In the realm of spirit, the universes appear and disappear. First time you experience that. And your existence, independent of body, in the waking state, you experience. What you are in deep sleep, that is experienced in waking state. You are entering into the infinity there every day, leaving all the aspects. That is experience. That experience is spiritual experience. I am spirit. This world is a manifestation of that spirit. Spiritual experience, spiritual awakening. I get a new eye to see. Just like with physical eyes, I can see only material world. Suppose you have an eyes of X-ray, you can see everybody's bone. Suppose you have spiritual eyes, you can see the spiritual world. All the various planes of existence also are here in the same space, like various channels of your television. So many channels are there, television. All are here only. To which you tune, that manifests in your television. Like there are 14 planes of existence. To whichever you tune, 14 planes of can you tune to them? Can you go beyond in which the universe is? This penetrative vision through which you can see the spirit with open eyes, seeing the world and penetrating it and seeing the divine pervading it. That is what you get the spiritual experience. First time you know yourself independent of God. All right. Then comes the Akhandakara Vritti. Akhandakara Vritti, it is the expansion of mind. Mind tries to comprehend what is infinity. There cannot be two infinity. There can be multiple infinities in mathematics. In practical, there cannot be two infinity. One will be limiting other. It will never be infinite. So in practical, actual, there is one infinity, one eternity. The moment you say eternal, it's beyond time. Time appears in the eternal and disappears. This infinity is Brahman, the absolute existence. You go on contemplating. That is the absolute existence in which the universe appear and disappear with all beings. That is that we call as the God impersonal. The consciousness pervading the universe, we say God personal. The consciousness pervades the individual, we call it Jivatma. Individual soul, cosmic soul, and the absolute existence, Brahman. So thinking of that infinity through our mind, mind starts expanding. Mind takes always the form of object you are contemplating about. Now I am designing a software. How my mind is working, the whole software is in my mind. I am designing a watch. Every part of my watch is in my mind. I am putting everything in the mind. I am working. Mind is taking that shape. So mind takes the shape of the object I am thinking of. Now thinking of spirit, infinite and eternal. It goes on expanding, expanding, expanding. Then it cannot go beyond certain limits. And it merges in the intellect which is behind it. The intellect starts expanding. Intellect is buddhi. Here buddhi takes the higher form called the dhi. Dhiyo yona prachodaya, that the higher intellect to penetrate into nature and know the secrets of nature is called higher intellect, Dhi. That awakens from Buddhi, higher intellect awakens to understand the infinity, and it is taking the form of the infinity itself. Now it is like a iron ball. If it is, you are heating it, it is becoming red hot. It is becoming white hot. It is no more iron. It is fire. If the red hot iron has lost all the property of iron and it has become the fire. It is fire. My intellect, when trying to conceive the Brahman, the absolute existence, infinite, eternal, changeless entity, trying to think, there is no duality of any type because it is infinite. Trying to think of it, it reaches almost it and dissolves. That is Akhanda Karam. It dissolves in the absolute and becomes one with it. We enter into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. That is called Akhandakara Vritti, which comes to destroy all the ignorance of the Jiva with which he is identifies with the body again and again.
Tanuji, on a related note, this Akhanda Karavrutti you extend in a yogic path, which is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So in Bhakti, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, also there are parallels of those Akhanda Karavrutti one realizes.
Yes, it is simple thing. I have got myself, little self is there. It is always running after the world. I want this, I want that, I want car, I want I want burger and all that. For many things, I am with the world. I am running about my mind. Now this to control this mind, this higher mind, self. This is lower self, is moves about in the world like a rat. There is higher mind which tries to exercise control over it. In Bhagavad Gita, self is controlled by self. Atmana, Atmani, Atmana. The mind is controlling, higher mind is controlling the lower mind. The higher self is controlling the lower self. Apart from lower and higher self, there is the real self, which is Atman, all pervading. Now, this little self, little self has to be destroyed. In Jnana in Jnana Yoga, we destroy to self-knowledge, which I told now. Go on contemplating on Brahman. And it begins with the denial of the body. Mano buddhyankara chittanina. I am neither the body, nor the mind, nor the senses. He goes on contemplating. The self-knowledge. Self is destroyed by self-knowledge. In Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion to God, personal God, you can take as Rama, Krishna, Christ, or Buddha, or anything. There, devotion, through the path of devotion, self is surrender. Through self-surrender, I surrender myself. And that is infinite eternal. It is like putting sugar in water. It becomes water. No more it is seen. The self is destroyed, the little self is destroyed by the self-surrender. In Yoga Path, through self-control, the self is transcended. Self-control. And in Karma Yoga, through self-sacrifice, the self is destroyed. I'm going to sacrifice myself for others. I am not no more there. Through self-sacrifice in Karma Yoga, through self-knowledge in Jnana Yoga, through self-surrender in Bhakti Yoga, and through self-control in Raja. The little self is destroyed.
And Swamiji, on the sacrifice aspect, oftentimes it happens that for years we start striving to accumulate, say, money or think of family, kids, and work on that front. Then at times when we come to accept the fact that we have to sacrifice and help others and the society as such, then the motivation behind accumulating all these maybe sometimes stop, or sometimes we have to rationalize our mind to accept how much we have to sacrifice from this aspect, that aspect. So how in a society we can work on all these aspects together?
See, we need both spiritual and secular. We have to balance between the two and both. You cannot run away from the world because you want spiritual, nor hold on, be immersed in the world to saying that I want spiritual. Spiritual also you must have for inner peace and inner joy and inner bliss and freedom from the external world. And secular we need to sustain our life and live one with all in this world. Both we need. We are gregarian by nature. We live in groups. We are not living separate individually. So we need society. We need all things of our life. We have to live in the world as a part of it. But if there is boat in the steamer or boat in the water, it doesn't matter. Water should not be there in the boat. That's all the simple law. Don't carry the world inside. Be in the world. When you are working, jump out, do the work, all things, loving, this, that, everything, and come back. What we do, where we do mistake is carry this world with you. The world within is disturbing. The world outside is not disturbing us. It is by itself. The world that we carry, people that we carry, the people's behavior that we carry inside gives the problem. Empty them. You have only duties to perform. First thing is try to love others unconditionally, no conditions. Whatever you are, I love you. Don't look at their behavior towards you. The moment you see the behavior towards you, you will no more be able to love that person anymore. Don't see their behavior. Independent of their behavior, you must be able to love. Then everything gets smoothly runs, life smoothly runs. Because we have come to this world not to correct anybody, to correct ourselves. So correct ourselves looking at the world. World is a training center. We need everything. We have to take care of children. We have to take care of family. We have to attend to the society. We have duty towards all this. You have to do the duty, but don't get entangled. Don't get involved. Uninvolved, you move. Unentangled, you move. Joyfully, like a 2-3-year-old boy. Jump and eat and make merry. Mother is there to look after. Here, God is there to look after, and nature is there. Why should you bother? We honestly burden ourselves with things. So freely be. That is that. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna uses the term yoga. Kaushala. Yoga karma kaushala. Karma in action, the skill in action. That action should not bind you. Is the how you work in the world. To move about freely and do all the duties And don't judge. You see, go on judging everyone. He is like this, she is like this, that is like that. The judgment will. Christ says, don't judge lest you will be judged. That we have to give up. You have not come for that at all. One day, when I went to a church, there one person was there. It was Christmas Day. Then I was talking to him. He said, the Father, I trust in Christ, but I don't trust in the Father, he said. I said, why? He said, his life is not good. Then I said, God is there to judge you. Why you are judging? You have come here to love God and confess yourself all your mistakes and be free. Don't sit and judge. God is there to take care of you. The burden has not been put upon you. Your burden is put upon him. So don't judge. You'll be free from all things.
Swamiji, will see if you have any online, anyone has any questions.
Yeah, Pranam Swamiji. I want to clarify about Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha, and Atman. So Vijnanamaya Kosha's role in this aspect, transcending from Vijnanamaya to Brahma Atman, the Anandamaya Kosha roles, Swamiji.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So
will the time be sufficient? See, it is inward journey. Inward journey, we just take, nature takes me to deep sleep, separating me from the physical body, the subtle body, and causal body. Stula, Sukshma, Sharira. We have three bodies. To withdrawing from the three bodies, nature closes my eyes and takes me inside. And I expand in the, as you individual consciousness expands in the universal consciousness, again shrinks back and projects out. We pass through the three bodies, Stula, Sukshma, Karam, every day. Can you go in the same way, turning within? This is meditation. Nature taking is closing the eyes and taking. I don't know where I am going, who is taking, how I am going, I don't know. I enter into deep sleep. So can you go turning inward and to innerward layer, innermost core of your being, that is called heart of man. Heart of man means on which your three bodies, the causal body, the subtle body, and gross body, physical body are mounted. The pivot is the heart. We have three hearts, one which pumps the blood, one in which we feel loneliness or pain, even someone suffers. It is feeling heart. The third heart is the spiritual heart. It is existence, my existence, heart, like heart of the earth. It is heart. So your heart means the where your all the sheets that are covering you, you pass through, and this is meditation, this inward journey. This is what we call meditation. And in meditating, we go by layer, slowly, inner world. The turning itself is most difficult because we are attached to the world, attached to the body, attached to ego. But to overcome these three attachments, dispassion in the world, no detachment, no separation, but dispassion. It is there, it is there. So dispassion towards the world, you cannot escape the duties and responsibilities. Don't think of separating from the world, no. You are cultivating dispassion towards the world. I don't want anything, I have to give. No more taking from the world. This is dispassion. I love, I give, I serve, but I don't want anything. That is dispassion towards the world. Ego try to dissolve in the serving others and at the feet of God. So this is the second part of your ego destruction. In our life, we take the vow of poverty, vow of chastity, and vow of obedience and service. So here, the ego is dissolved, attachment to the external world is dissolved. I don't keep the body for enjoyment. In your life, in the householder's life, the body is kept for the looking after he has responsibilities to discharge towards his own attainments, towards the maintenance of the family, and to the society, to humanity. What are you going to give to the nation? So all these responsibilities, you are sacrificing your bodily existence. So through this, you'll be able to turn, remain uninvolved in the world and turn inward. It will be easy. Anytime you can sit and withdraw the mind. If you are attached, you cannot withdraw. It starts jumping from one thing to another thing. So just for the sake of inward journey, you remain uninvolved, but not escaping from duties. So this inward journey, first you transcend the bodily existence when you meditate. Slowly you start forgetting the world. So then forgetting the body, just like sleep. But first thing is not the world. World will be still there. You start forgetting body. How far I am, you will not know. When body becomes still, absolute stillness, by breathing, abdominal breathing, we will see into these details separately because time is constrained. This is how we transcend the bodily existence. But when you're sitting in meditation, how am I, you will not know. Body is becoming absolutely still. You have crossed the Annamaya. But you are hearing the sound, people coming, going, everything, who has come, who has gone, everything you will know. But body alone you are not knowing. You cross Annamaya, and when sound starts becoming feeble and stops altogether, people are talking by the side, you will not hear. Then you have crossed the Pranamaya also. It becomes mind is absolutely inner. The moment you are crossed, inner world becomes clear and you're not seeing the inner world at all. You'll enter into an absolute silence, an inner silence. And in that you find great peace and joy. The content of that inner silence is peace and joy, bliss. But there is mind. You enter into the mind, yourself being mind. Now yourself is body, then yourself will be mind. One thought will be coming and going within you. Another thought is coming slowly, extremely slow, because you have become mind. Now you start searching, where is my still deeper existence? Because your sankalpa is to go to the core of your being. So here from the Manomaya Kosha, from Pranamaya Kosha, you enter into Manomaya Kosha. From the sheath of energy, you enter into mind, space of mind. Here to cross the mind is extremely difficult. It takes years of sadhana. Then one day, you will not know, suddenly the door opens up and you collapse within. You will enter into the Vijnanamaya Kosha. This is the first spiritual experience where you will experience the light of consciousness, Chaitanya. Chaitanya Prakasha you get. The first time in your life, in many of the lives that you have passed, this will be the first time you experience the spirit, as spirit. So this is the first spiritual experience. You enter and know yourself independent of body. The bond between the physical body, the subtle body and all will remain. The body, physical body and your Chaitanya, spiritual existence break up. Once you enter into Vijnana meditation. This is called Dhi Prachodana. Dhiyo yona prachodayata. The Dhi is awakened. From Deha Bhava, you go to Jiva Bhava. From bodily awareness, you enter into transmigratory existence. You know yourself, who is sleeping, who is waking up, who has come into this body, who is dwelling in this body as yourself, and where are you going to go? Buddha remembered 500 past lives after spiritual awakening. That you will also remember at least one or two. So that is the transmigratory existence. From Deha Bhava, you go to Jiva Bhava, individual consciousness, individual transmigratory soul. You will be. When you come down, after that, you will be sitting in the same body, not as myself, body as myself, but as the indweller. It will be exactly like sitting in a car. You'll be sitting in the body from that day. This is in this Bhakti Yoga, we say blooming of the lotus of the heart. In the Jnana Yoga, we see spiritual awakening. Yes, time is passing. So from Vijnana, in this, you somehow after a few visits, it takes long time, 2-3 years, you'll be entering into Chidakasha, space of consciousness. There you will get the Saguna Sakara Rupa of the Ishtadevata. From there you enter into the still deeper, where the form starts dissolving, your own form and form of the Ishtadevata. In Samadhi, you will get the Prema Sharira, just like you get dream body in the dream, you get a love body in Samadhi to interact with God, personal. Then you transcend that, enter into the, when the form starts dissolving of yourself, the Prema Sharira and of the love body and of the God's form, you both start dissolving in oneness. Then formless aspect you are entering into in Anandamaya Kosha. In Anandamaya Kosha, the form totally start dissolving. You are becoming Ekarasa. Like 2 ice blocks kept in one vessel and in sunshine, you start dissolving. From there, Anandamaya Kosha is the bliss, sheath of bliss. From there you enter into the real pure spiritual existence, the infinite, eternal, unchanging reality. The whole universe is constantly changing flux. It's unchanging reality. That is the Anandamaya, is like you open the fridge and get the coolness, like halo around the sun. The spirit, the spiritual experience of that same is experienced in the Anandamaya without form. But Buddhi remains as a part of receiving the experiences. That also dissolves in the self. That is Nirvikalpa Samadhi.
Is it Jivan Mukta state? Maharaj?
No, even Buddha Sakara, first spiritual experience itself makes you independent of physical body. Brahma Granthi breaks. Vishnu Granthi is with subtle body, that also breaks with Atma Jnana. Entering into Anandamaya Kosha, the subtle body, Sukshma Sharira and Chaitanya, the Vishnu Granthi breaks, the knot between the subtle body and the consciousness. The third, Rudra Granthi, between the causal body and the Chaitanya also breaks with the Atma Jnana. From Deva Bhava, we go to Jiva Bhava, Jiva Bhava to Atma Bhava.
Dhanyavada, Namaste. Dhanyavada, Pranam Maharaj.
Namo, namo, namo. I think.
Yes, Swami Maharaj, This is Gaurav Mukherjee. I have a question. So, if we don't get into too much of the technicalities and just live our life with the thought that we are not the doer, and means I am not the doer, and everything that I do, I give it to me. Divine Mother is what I generally look look to interact with. Means that that's what I believe in. Will I experience all of this
Yes, definitely, surely.
if I give up everything that I have to Divine Mother? Whatever work I'm doing, whatever I have, it is all her, and
Yes.
she's through me.
God should not be in the mind alone.
Yes.
It must be in your awareness, a constant part of awareness. In awareness, world will be there. My duties will be there. My offering to God will be there. God won't be there. All this becomes a part of the awareness. Now replace this awareness with spiritual existence. Awareness is independent of buddhi and mind. Awareness. Feel that awareness and be in tune with nature externally. Let mind be in tune with nature. Heart be in tune with all beings in the universe. Two things. Awareness be filled with divine. You will surely transcend the nature and go beyond. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Pranav.
They can send their email address and phone number so that we can publish on this page and other things.
Yeah.
And can announce.
So I think we are running short of time. Swamiji has to leave somewhere. So we will have, and if any of you have any questions over here, we can carry over in the lunch room there. And, everyone here is invited, even if you have not brought anything. So
There's plenty.
there's plenty of food. Always it's like that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So please, and any of you have any online questions, please, we have our email ID, please send them, and then we have Santoshi who's hosting Swamiji, so he will communicate with Swamiji and we'll get the answers back. So I'm really sorry that we have so short time, but we wish you were here so that we could carry on the discussion at the lunch. But thank you so much. Swamiji, could you say a closing prayer? And then we'll make it.
Yes. Om Tachayyoravranemahe Gatuyajnaya Gatuyajnapataye Devi Swastirastu Nah Swastirmanushabhyah Urdhvanjigatu Bheshajam Shanno Astu Dvipade Shanchatushpade Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.